What's going on, guys? So today we're going to do a subscriber's deck. So shout out to Spacer1. This is going to be his deck brew. He sent me a list and also sent me some of these cards so that we could showcase his deck today. So that's what we're going to do. I skipped it kind of to the front of the line here just because I didn't want to hold his cards up and want to make sure I get them back to him since he was kind enough to loan these out to us for this video of his that he wanted us to do. So the main card we had to get from him was Soul. He also helped us get Gingerbread Man, a couple of these other cards as well. So again, thank you, Spacer. I even named the deck after you. So Spacer1 Food. So this is his deck list to the T. I didn't change anything. Left it pure, so he wanted us to show it that way, so I respect that. So let's take a look at the deck, and I'll try to explain some of the combos and things it does here. First up, we have the Soul. Best card in the deck basically says, when played, your philosophy, curious cuisine, and musically minded cards in hand gain plus 55 until played. So if you have quite a few curious cuisine cards when this is played, you get a lot of stats there for just 5 energy. So pretty good card. This is a newish card here, just released, a couple days ago. So this is Gingerbread Man. He says, when played, for every curious cuisine card played by either player this game, this card gains plus 5 permanently. So as this game goes longer and we keep playing more cards down, this card's just going to get bigger and bigger as the game goes on. Next up is Sushi. When played, this card gains plus 30 power, and if you won the turn, this card gains plus 30 permanently. So we really need to try to win the turn when we play that card. We want to take full advantage of that permanent buff we're going to get off of it. We've got Zappa Frank. When drawn, if your deck contains Peach Melba, your Curious Cuisine cards in hand cost -1 until played. So that's going to help us play some of our Curious Cuisine cards at a discount. So we do have Peach Melba included in the deck. It says, when returned, your Nelly Bly card, wherever it is, costs -4. We do not have Nelly Bly in the deck. It looks to me like this card is just included for the discount off of Zappa Frank. So next up we have Lutzel Fru. When returned, your Curious Cuisine cards, wherever they are, gain plus 13 for 3 turns. So very good card there for only 2 energy. We're getting quite a bit of power out of it, and it's going to last us for 3 turns, which is nice, not just for 1 turn. So like that. Little Jack Horner, another really good card for a cuisine deck. When played, if played in the left or right slot, your Curious Cuisine and Festive Tradition cards, wherever they are, gain plus 12 until played. So we get a lot of stats there, and it's wherever they are, and it's until played. So keywords there that make those cards that much better. Next up, we have Ratatouille. When drawn, an opponent's random Curious Cuisine card in hand burns 35 until played. Probably not going to see that very often. And this card costs -1 permanently, which we will see when it's drawn. So a little underwhelming card there, I feel like, because for 3 energy, you're only going to get 27 most of the time, and you're not going to get that effect, I feel like, very often of burning your opponent's cards. So not one I really care for that much in the deck. I can see it's probably added just because it's a cuisine card. So if you were going to swap a card, I would probably look to swap this card. We've got Century Egg. Nice big meaty card here. 10 energy for 100 power. At the start of every turn, you're going to gain, all your cards are going to gain +1 energy, or +1 power permanently. I wish it did a little more. I feel like the 1 power is just kind of lackluster. I mean, it is going to give you 5 power every turn, which isn't the worst. I mean, for a regular rare, I think it's decent at that category slot, but there are cards that do it a little bit better, such as Glue Win. That would be one I would look to swap as well for that card. Just off the top of my head, was really the first card I thought of. But again, I kept this deck pure, so as the subscriber requested, so we're going to play it and see if, maybe it plays better than I think it will. I've been surprised before. Next up, we've got, I don't even want to try to say this card. We're going to call it Kaka. When returned, if your deck has 10 or more Curious Cuisine cards, your Curious Cuisine cards, wherever they are, gain plus 15 this round. So obviously you want to play this on turn 1, take the full advantage of it. It is nice, cheap 1-drop, which you guys do know I love my 1-drops. So I do like that card in the deck. Donut, another card that's kind of situational. You got to try to win the turn or you're going to get negatively impacted by it. It has a beefy stat line of 75, which is nice for only 5 energy. But again, we have to try to play around this. And you can see sometimes you're kind of like, my power level's not the highest at the moment. Do I want to play this card and get burned on it? It's because, the later turns and the card's not going to be as good, which can really hurt you. But overall, decent card. Not the worst, not the best. Next up, we have Bratwurst. Decent card here, I like. When played, your cards adjacent to this lose 5 permanently, and the card opposite this loses 5 permanently. Let's see, we have Sufganaha. When drawn, this card locks and burns 10 for 3 turns, and then when played, it gains 50 permanently. So pretty decent stat there. You're going to get 50 power when it's played, which is nice. So for only 3 energy. Eggs Benedict. When played, your Curious Cuisine cards in hand gain plus 12 power this turn. So we're going to want to play it with a couple Curious Cuisine cards. Try to take full advantage of that. Maple Tree. When played, your Instrumental and Curious Cuisine cards, wherever they are, gain plus 16 this round. So again, want to play that on turn 1 if possible. Try to get the most value out of it. We've got Bulgogi. When returned, if you lost the turn, this card gains plus 30 until played. So we can get up a little bit bigger stat line. Next up, we have Musaka. When returned, a random card in your hand gains plus 20 until played. We have Acai and Saltfish. I do like this card. For only 4 energy, you're going to get that 70 power. Not the first turn, but later game, it's going to get a lot bigger. And you're going to see it get a lot of buffs early off these other cards. So that first turn, hopefully we don't really notice that it's under the stat line that we want. But in the later rounds, you're going to really notice that big impact off of it. So, okay, I think we talked about all the cards. I think the key cards of this deck that are really going to make it shine are going to be these cards that are buffing the other cards, such as Little Jack Horner, Lutzel Fro, if that's how you say her name. Obviously, the Soul, really big, impactful card. Even this card, this little 1-drop, I think is going to be decent for us because of the buff it's giving everything else. So let's take her for a spin, see how our boy Spacer 1 did. And I'm playing down in low tier, so hopefully we can get some wins tonight. So again, if you guys want to send me some deck ideas, and even send me, if I don't have the cards, you guys are welcome to send me cards to borrow. I will send them back to you after recording a video. I don't have a problem doing that. It helps us get some more content out to people. You guys can see some different decks from the community. Which is very neat. I love that, these people, you guys are making all these different decks and coming up with cool ideas yourselves and not just, going online and pulling out just the best deck out there every time. That kind of annoys me when all you see is just the same decks over and over that you can tell are just, ripped offline. So definitely come up with your own decks, guys. It makes the game a lot more fun to play, That's all I can say about that. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to get Little Jack Horner going right now. We want to get him in the left or right slot. So Sushi obviously wants to win, so hopefully we can get a win off. I'm debating because of that if we want to play Sentry. Try to get Sushi big right out the gate. I hate doing it because I like the buff it gives, but I think it's worth it here. Let's try to just get this early lead. Gonna get our Sushi bigger for later game. So that could have been misplay. You guys can bash me for it if you want. I do usually hold Sentry Egg myself, so I could see why an argument could be made. Probably should have played Maple Tree, really. Get the full benefit off of it. Do want to get Acai down. Don't want to play Eggs Benny because it's only going to buff one card right now. So let's go ahead and get Ratatouille going. So I'm probably going to make some misplays. I haven't played this deck enough to really know all the quirks of it, and on the fly I can easily make a mistake with it, I feel like. But that's okay. We're going to show it anyway. Do my best to hopefully give it some justice. All right, we drew our Lutz Fro. We definitely want to get her down. Start getting the buff there. Might just do it like this, even though we're going to get dinged from Bratwurst. I want to try to win this round. I don't know that it's going to be enough, though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It's all right, though. Kind of setting up for the later game, but then again, it looks like our opponent is also staging for the late game with his Sue Bones deck here. All right, looks like our opponent's got round one. Probably just because my poopy plays here. All right, we drew our Gingerbread. So let's get a couple more cards down before we play it, so I get a little more impact off it next turn. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I want to get Eggs Benny down. Get the buff off these two cards here. And then we're going to play Gingerbread Man next turn, hopefully. Opponent's deck coming in strong. This could be a tough one for us. There's our soul we've been looking for. Do it like this. Yeah, opponent's putting down some power. Whew. Struggling. I'm struggling to keep up. We want to save this for next turn, so we definitely want to get Jack Horner down again. Try to get another buff. We got Sushi, and let's drop this card here. Opponent's got Dark Web as well. Another really good card. All right, into round 3 here. Let's see if we can make a comeback. Do it like this. Sue Bones decks. Whew. When you get enough energy for them, they can do some damage, huh? All right, let's get our Ratatouille down. Want to get this buff, and we'll get Donut down as well. Gonna hold Sentry Egg. If we need to play it next turn, we will. If we think we need to try to get the comeback. So we are going to be behind. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to win. Opponent just putting out a lot more power earlier than we are. This deck took a little minute to get going. All right, we're just going to go for max. See if we can get our max power here. It might actually be more of these two. Maybe like this. Is it enough? Does not look like it. All right, well, we got our butts kicked on game one. We'll try one more. See if we can pull a win out with our boys' deck here. Don't want to show it off badly. That's never a good thing, especially if I'm misplaying. So you guys will let me know, I'm sure, if I screwed anything up. So feel free in the comments. I do make mistakes, so I will own up to that. If I did something wrong, just let me know. Let's try one more. Get this video uploaded here tonight. Whether we win or lose, we're still going to upload the video as is. I'm not going to keep playing until I win or anything like that. We're just going to do the 2 games, and you guys can see how the deck works and if you want to try her out or not. All right, there's our Century Eggs. Going to start buffing all our cards. We got Gingerbread off the rip, which is not the greatest, just because we don't have, we haven't buffed anything or haven't played any food cards yet. It's just kind of an awkward starting hand. We got a card locked. So it's like I want to play 3 cards, so I might have to play Gingerbread, even though I really don't want to, just so we get them again later. Let's do it like this. I guess we'll do it like this. At least we'll get him back in round 3 once we've played some cards here. I feel like it's better just to cycle it now than just let it sit in my hand. All right, there's our nice Jack Horner. We're going to get him down. Bratwurst, and I'm going to play Donut too. Start getting the max power down. Don't care about the 5 we're losing. Hopefully we get the plus 30 offset. And we do. It's a good turn there for us. It came out a lot stronger this round, it seems like, than last game. We are getting a little buff off the festive tradition, which is nice, so we want to play those. Let's get acai going. Or acai, aki, sorry. Good round for us. I think we got this one in the bag. Gonna get our buff off Lutzel. Gonna just hold on to Century Egg, I think, until we need it. Unless we need to play it. We're just gonna keep buffing our cards up. Since I feel like I misplayed last game playing it early. Maybe not, but at the time it didn't seem the worst. Opponent looks to be rocking a bird / debuff. Debuffed me a little bit there and last turn. It's kind of a neat deck so far. It definitely looks unique, which is what I like. I like to play different decks. We like to see a lot of decks in this channel. You guys see me playing weird stuff all the time. Ooh, he's playing the Griffin. Bad time on my sushi there. Yep, dang it. Really wanted to win that turn. Opponent rocking that bird deck. All right, there's our Gingerbread. So we want to hold Kaka till next round. Probably going to play Ratatouille. Sucks Eggs Benny's not getting a full buff here, though. Let's do it like this. Hopefully we can get this round here. Nope. I think the only way I could have got that's by possibly playing Sentry instead of Eggs Benedict. Would that have been enough? That would have been... Yeah, it would have been really close. Might have been able to get it. Do it like this. Alright, Dracula Parrot coming in hot. Opponent debuffing us again. That Emu War. I'm liking our opponent's deck over there. That's a neat little deck. I might have to try building something like that in the future. Alright, opponent's got a nice lead on us this round. It's going to be a tough one to come back from. Just going to keep letting our Sentry buff our cards while we hopefully can bring this game back on these last 2 rounds. Just going to give this one up. I'm not going to waste my egg on this round. Deficit's just too much. All right, see if we can start staging our comeback here. Kind of awkward. I really want more cards to play food cards in my hand for soul, but doesn't seem to be the case here. So I think we're just going to play it anyway. Kind of the problem with soul is it wants you to have a nice fistful of food cards, and that's not always the case. You got to awkwardly play it like that when it's not the best situation. Really want our Sufgani over there to unlock. I'll play that bad boy. All right, here's going to be a nice heavy hit turn for us here. Just mix these up a little bit. Opponent putting down power over there, man. Oh, man. Struggling. Dang. 260 behind. Yeah, I think we're in trouble here. All right, let's go for the max. See if we can stage a comeback. Let's see. Is that the most? What's that? That's 41 plus another 24. So that's going to be better right there, right? Dang. There's a lot of power force that turn, but just wasn't enough. Opponent's deck just all gas. All right, guys, that's the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, this subscriber asked me to showcase this deck for us, so I tried my best. Could be me, I just didn't. Maybe I just didn't pilot it good enough. I don't know, but that's all right. We tried her out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And again, if you guys got any other ideas in the future or decks you'd like me to do like this, showcase for others to see in action, just reach out to me. I have a Discord as well. If you'd like, I can send you the Discord name. Just shoot me a comment and I'll send it to you. But all right, guys, thanks for watching.